Well, it was only less than a decade ago when Google declared to the world that they would focus on developing for mobile devices first and that everything else, including computers, would be secondary. And ever since Eric Schmidt delivered that statement in 2007, many businesses quickly adopted a mobile first philosophy. And mobile first is not just a buzzword today. In fact, mobile communication has become the number one medium of communication throughout the entire world. And this presentation will go into detail for how Transporter, a vintage and retro store, will adopt a mobile marketing plan for their business. A quick background on Transporter Vintage and Retro. They opened up shop in a historic Atlanta arts district on April 16th, 2016. So they have not even been in business for an entire year yet. The business is family owned and it spawned from online sales in an eBay store. And they opened up their brick and mortar store after being successful online for about 5 years. Transporter they coined themselves the nostalgia providers, and they provide vintage and retro finds such as collectible toys, classic games, action figures, comic books, and vintage clothing. A demographic that consists of vintage memorabilia and classic toy collectors, comic book collectors, gamers of all kinds, and vintage shoppers. The primary demographic is Atlanta aged residents who are 25 to 55 and are interested in history and vintage items. Interests include vintage clothing, culture, toys, classic movies and films, comics, older music and movies, television, board games, some of the older decades like the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and American history. For Transporter's mobile marketing plan, they'll focus on three strategies. The first is a mobile friendly website, the second is Facebook advertising, and the third is SMS marketing, which is text message marketing. The very first area focus for a Transporter is optimizing the website for mobile. Transporter does not yet have a website. The site has been in development for the last 6 months or so, and it is set to launch next month. Some of the recent areas that Transporter is focused on was addressing any areas that they could improve customer satisfaction, primarily on mobile. Cool fact that according to Forrester, search contributes to mobile influence of over $1 trillion in retail sales. And Transporter should keep in mind that potential customers are doing a lot of different activities and taking different actions on their smartphones that could contribute to purchases at a brick and mortar store. The top five are comparing prices, looking at product information, reading customer reviews on products, searching for coupons, and locating a nearby store or checking store hours. So keeping that in mind, Transporter has not only optimized the website functionality and aesthetics to be mobile friendly, but they've also tried to make sure that customers could fulfill all of those activities that they would want to do on mobile. So a clean layout, skimmable content, ease of access, and calls to action on every landing page is going to be very important for Transporter to attract those potential customers on mobile. Two landing pages that Transporter has optimized for a keeping a smartphone user in mind. It's very simple. The content's skimmable, as you can see. On the left, there's clear calls to action, like join the subscription list and join the VIP text list, which we'll go into in more detail shortly. And on the right, the email address, Facebook site, and a map is all clearly laid out for a customer to be able to answer some of those key questions that they may be coming to the website on their mobile phone to find out. Another thing is page load speeds. They should be fast, and the content on each page should be minimized and be clean and simple so that the user experience is enjoyable on a mobile site. The second area of focus for Transporter's mobile marketing plan is Facebook advertising. According to Bob Bentz, more than any other mobile advertising medium, Facebook can offer all of the elements of a successful campaign because it provides such powerful targeting data. And Facebook is going to be a huge area of focus for Transporter, especially here at the beginning stages of their marketing plan and moving forward into the future as they grow their customer base. There's going to be two different Facebook advertising campaigns to focus on during this marketing plan. The first is boosting an organic post. This is a post that Transporter will put up on their business Facebook site, and just a normal post in their feed that would come up, sometimes on any fans or followers news feed. But in order to attract new customers, they can boost that organic post for a surprisingly small budget that Facebook says will reach up to 14,000 potential customers each week. And those potential customers are exactly fit and relevant to be potential customers for Transporter. They would share the same interests, be in the local area, so that Transporter is geo-targeting customers that make sense to drive to their store, which would be within a 50-mile radius of the store in downtown Atlanta. And this would be a great way for them to just get in front of those potential customers. And the second way is creating a sponsored post that would appear as an ad in the Facebook news feed. So we've all seen these before. They will show up and say that they are sponsored, but again, these posts are also catered to users that have interests that are relevant to Transporter's vintage and retro memorabilia. So after employing these two Facebook advertising techniques, Transporter should monitor their key metrics, adjust accordingly, and gauge success along the way. Examples on the left is the example of the boosted post, and this would just be like a picture and a short post again that Transporter has on their business page that they would hit boost post to build their business and put that post in front of more people. And on the right is a mock-up of the normal Facebook ads that would be a sponsored ad that show up in Facebook news feeds. And it's similar to what a boosted post could look like, but it's catered more to look a little bit more like an advertisement and would have a key call to action and an obvious link to the Transporter website, so we can get the conversions of potential customers clicking on that ad and going to the website to learn more about the company. Facebook advertising goals will include increasing brand awareness by increasing Facebook followers 25% over the base period. And the base period for this mobile marketing campaign is January through March 2017. The second goal is to increase engagement by 5% over the base period. And thirdly, to refer social media users to the new website through the Facebook ads, as we just mentioned. Key performance indicators, the 3 KPIs for the Facebook marketing campaigns will be brand awareness, and that's new followers and fans, and a post reach for a boosted post about 5,000 views would be deemed successful. Engagement is another KPI, that's comments on posts as well as likes. And referrals, the click-through rate of the Facebook ad, how many people go to the website from that ad. We will gauge success through that, as well as traffic sources to the new website, mostly including referral sources from the Facebook ads. Focus for Transporter's mobile marketing campaign is text message marketing, and this will be a 2 month campaign. Um, it will be a longer campaign at the beginning just to help Transporter boost their brand awareness and build their opt in list. Right now, they only have a small handful of people who have joined their VIP text list, and that's just from like word of mouth because the website isn't even launched yet. Um, but this is a really easy and expensive way to get a significant return on investment. And how it works is Transporter will establish an SMS account with a company called Slick Text, and we chose this provider because they have tiered levels of services and support that they offer, and their free version does not ever run out. So we'll start with the free version, which is great for Transporter having a smaller budget at this time. And then as they grow, they can also grow within the different options on Slick Text. And after setting up a keyword, that will be Transporter, we'll be able to promote the keyword so that when a user sends that keyword to the short code, that 31996, they'll opt into the database. And before even launching this campaign, which will be for a spring sale for the text message campaign, Transporter must grow their list of opt-in members. So the marketing materials we've also included within the budget will be promo flyers that we'll hand out in stores and promotion on social media, as well as the website sign up widget that's included on the website itself. Of those marketing materials that will be created, the first one is the widget, just cut from the website. Very simple, has a call to action, and an incentive for someone to join. It's $5 off their next in-store purchase. And after they hit sign me up, they will be texted an opt-in text message to their smartphone. The one right below on the left is the message that the user would get, and it's simple. There's all of the information about when the offer expires and how many messages they should expect per month, and how they can opt out if they wanted to, but hopefully they don't. And on the right is a very simple promo flyer that Transporter can make for free actually on the Slick Text website. It's very simple. And they can export that PDF and just print those out in store and start handing them out to customers to grow their list and launch the marketing. The launch plan will be separated into 2 months. The first month will be 3 text messages. The first reminding users about the $5 off promotion. They'll hint at the sale before it's coming up, and then officially announce when the sale launches on May 1st. And then during the month of May, the second month will also be 3 different messages sent to the opt-in database, promoting the spring sale, again reminding users about the sale, and then right before the end of the sale, trying to get that last fear of loss in, saying this is the last weekend to receive the discount, to make sure people get in on time. For the goals and KPIs, the first goal is to attract new customers to the brick and mortar store. Second is to promote brand awareness by increasing social shares of 10% over the base period. And again, that's January through March 2017. And the third goal is to build the customer list. For KPIs, the number of people who redeem the $5 off coupon will be the first one. And then social shares, how many people share the promo buzz links that we're going to include on the social media sites. And then we really want to gauge what the opt-in rate is, and that's the number of new subscribers that are registered from the promotion. And we want to keep an eye on the opt-out rate, which will be the number of customers who choose to opt out within a day of the broadcast message being sent. Hopefully that number stays low. That's a good KPI. For Transporter's mobile marketing campaign is very small, but we can do a whole lot with this budget. Even though Transporter's only been in business less than a year, they are launching their website, and it's already been optimized for mobile, and we've been able to really focus on taking our time to make sure that that is optimized for mobile before we launch it, so we don't have to go back and spend more time and stress figuring that out later on. So that mobile-friendly website has a budget of $300. Right now, it's hosted on Weebly, which is a free website, and Transporter plans to buy the domain for that site next month and then pay a small fee of about $15 a month to host the site on a server for the first year. And secondly, Facebook advertising will be the bulk of the budget for this campaign. And that $800 will include the boosted posts, which will be spent $20 a week. And again, we're going to gauge the success of those Facebook posts. So if one does really well and we're seeing a lot of conversions happening and good feedback and social sharing from that, then maybe we'll spend more time focusing on that for that period, and then have a little bit less going on with new sponsored posts the next week. The great thing about Facebook advertising is that it allows the ability to do dark posts and like A/B testing right on the spot, so we can make changes as we go and be able to stay on top of how our performance is for the Facebook advertising. And finally, for the text message marketing, again, we're starting with the freebie package, which never expires, but it does only include 50 texts per month and one text word. So the goal is to start with that now, which we have, and then in the next 2 months expand to the $29 per month plan if needed, which would include 500 texts per month and 2 text words. So that might be needed if the opt-in list grows, hopefully, to meet our goals. And that comes to a total of $1,200 for the next 3 months for this mobile marketing campaign for Transporter. I'll end with this picture, and think it truly encapsulates the vintage feeling of how back in the day traditional marketing did the job, but now with everyone on their smartphones 24/7, we have to make sure that we are putting our message where the consumers are, and that's on mobile. So it's nothing to be afraid of, and it's something to embrace. And adopting a mobile marketing campaign such as this one will truly allow Transporter to have a one-on-one relationship with their customer and follow them around where they are to make their marketing messages consistent and engaging. Well, that concludes the presentation. Thank you so much for your time.